our intimacy with God. Inward disciplines, I think that they are disciplines that really help us to grow as individuals and move closer um, to who we are in Jesus, to become closer in our relationship with God. Um, I think they help us to connect to the true vine so that He can speak into our lives. Outward disciplines, these are ways I believe that God can really use us to impact the world around us, to be His hands and feet, to show that we're living in the world, but we're not of the world. And I think corporate really disciplines are those disciplines where um, that we grow as a community. While we as a church, we're one body, and we're to grow with God together in this journey and to become the community He has created us to be. So, how often do I really practice these spiritual disciplines? Um, which ones do I practice often? Well, I read my Bible daily, even if it's just a chapter. Um, I do corporate worship every single Wednesday and every Sunday. Never miss. I love just worshiping God with others. And I do service at least once a month, trying to get a lot better at that. I just think that busy schedule sometimes keeps me from doing that a lot more. So yeah, I've got lots of room to grow this semester. Um, I was first introduced to spiritual disciplines when I did a spiritual formation course. It was a 10-month um, discipleship training formation course called Form in the UK, and this was like the the celebration of disciplines was like the core text that we talked about and that we used for the entire year. I'm still working on implementing many of them. Mostly fasting, I believe, would probably be the one I would be the worst at. In my church growing up, it was a Lutheran church, and we didn't really talk about spiritual disciplines. It was, besides like read your Bible, um, yeah, we didn't like fasting, meditation. Those things weren't really important, or I think, or brought up, or maybe they were unaware in the Lutheran church. Um, Maybe it was because Lutherans are skeptical to jump into anything that would even sound like a discipline because um, I think it's drilled into us, saved by faith, and if we do anything besides saved by faith, then it could be works. And so I don't know. That's kind of maybe just my theory, but I think it's probably why we didn't learn much about it. I think in the Lutheran Church also there is a way of right beliefs or right believing the right doctrines, and I think that's more of a concern than kind of the bounded set of if you believe all these right things, then you get to go to heaven. It wasn't like a centered set of these like spiritual formations where Christ is in the middle and we're like growing towards Him. So thought I'd throw that in there. Um, Lastly, the church that I'm planting, Water to Wine Ministries, and that I lead, we have done a lot of these disciplines, not all of the disciplines. So we've done meditation. I introduced that, gosh, several months ago, about 6 months ago, and people have never done anything like that. I think they felt like that was like a spiritual, just a real spiritual journey for a lot of them to connect with God in a way that they've never done before. We study every single Wednesday, and I encourage study in their daily lives, but I don't think that happens very much. Prayer, always big on prayer, and we love to just celebrate and worship God together. Fasting, I think, will become important as a community, especially as we take our journey into launching publicly as a church. I'm going to ask the church to fast, so I'll let you know how that goes. I think that will be a real difficult one for us. But yeah, I want to continue, I think, to introduce these things to the church, and it's a great reminder of some of the ones that, I prefer or I like to practice, but I think there's a great balance in a lot of these spiritual disciplines. So I'm learning. I'm looking forward to learning from this course. I'm looking forward to learning off of all of you guys this semester and from Professor Mark. So God bless you guys. Love you guys, and hope you guys are doing well back at home. Hope you guys made it all safe from our last class. All right. God bless. Take care. Bye.